Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Wendy Pitts Reeves, and in today's video, I'm taking you behind the scenes to share with you some serious upgrades that I've been making in the way I serve clients through my telehealth station. I think you're going to get some ideas today that you can use at home. You're going to like this. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Wendy Pitts Reeves. I am a licensed clinical social worker by trade, and I coach private practice owners across the country on how to design a private practice that you enjoy, that you love, that makes good money and is fun to run. Because I kind of think that's how it should be. And a big part of that is making sure that you have a comfortable place to work and that you have equipment that works for you. Now, if you've been following my videos for any length of time, then you know that usually we talk about things like how to set your prices, how to develop a package, how to make sure that you're only working with clients that you absolutely adore. So this is a little different today. Be sure and check out some of the other videos that I've got on those topics. And if you like this, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up down below, if you would subscribe, if you would share this with a friend, because every time you do that, it helps me get this in front of more people who need to hear this stuff. But today, let's dive into the gear. Tech Talk. So much fun. So essentially, in a nutshell, what I've done is I have found a way to turn my laptop into a desktop and my oh-so-cluttered desktop into a clear, clean, easy-to-use workspace. So let me just walk you through about 10 or 12 minor details, or in some cases, major details that have made all the difference.13 of all, the first piece of equipment I have is this little baby. Now, this is a 2015 13-inch MacBook Pro. Not exactly the newest kid in town. And yet it's a really great computer, and my last laptop that I had from Apple, I kept for over 10 years. So we got a lot of mileage left to go on that baby. And for probably 20 years now, I've used that to go back and forth between a physical counseling practice in town and my home office. That was just easier. Today, I'm working almost 100% from home, so I don't really need to do that anymore. And I was ready to kind of up my game. So what I've done is I've put together a series of components that turn this into this. Let me tell you how this works. First of all, I got a brand new monitor. This is an LG ultra high definition. It's called an ultrafine 4K monitor, which means that the picture is crystal clear. It has all kinds of bells and whistles on it. It has built-in speakers. It has automatic screen adjustment if I want it to get a little warmer at night when it gets dark, those kinds of things. But the main thing is that it's easy to see. This is a 27-inch monitor. It's just right for this space, and I absolutely love it. I love it. Now, to go with that, I have a Logitech C920S. And again, I'm going to have the links below. Don't try to remember that. Webcams, Logitech C920S. It's a pro high-def webcam. And I wasn't convinced that I needed this because I've always used the camera that was in my laptop or on my phone. But when I got this, I was astonished at how much better the picture was. It was like night and day, y'all. Night and day. My clients even commented on how much better they could see me. So I'm really glad I did that. To mimic the keyboard that I'm used to, I got an Apple Magic keyboard. This is a Bluetooth wireless keyboard. It has an on and off button here. I never touched that. Essentially, I will have to recharge this eventually. I've already been using it for a couple of months, and I have not recharged it yet. And y'all, I'm on this thing a lot. I love this. And I got an Apple Magic Trackpad. That's what this is. Now, some of you may prefer a mouse, but I stopped using those a long time ago when I found myself often in a car and needing to use my laptop where a mouse was not very handy. So I forced myself to get comfortable with a trackpad, and I'm so much more used to that now that I actually don't even like to use a mouse. So these two things together and this mimics what I had on my laptop, only it's bigger, more spread out, more flexible, right? And then what ties all that together is the CalDigit Thunderbolt TS3 Plus docking station. It has 15 ports, y'all, lots of different kinds for Thunderbolt, TS3, USB-A, USB-C. Bottom line is almost any kind of tool you've got that needs to plug in somewhere can plug in here. On the front of it, it has a headphone jack, it has a video jack, it has 2 different kinds of USB jacks. I am already finding I use that all the time. What this does is it ties all of this together. So I am using this MacBook, even though it's closed. That's the computer I'm using. This is the screen that is on there when I open it up. So this is my computer setup. Now, in addition to that, I have this little wood monitor stand. This is actually an Amazon Basics. I'll put a link to where I got this one. This is waterproof, and it doesn't slide, and it feels, I can write on a single piece of paper on this, and it works just fine. It feels great, actually. And what I find, I am bad about drinking coffee. I tend to make little coffee drips lots of places. This sort of takes care of all that. I really love that. And I like the way it looks. It sort of contains my work area. So this is super cool. All of that is a really nice setup just for typing my notes, creating content, sending emails, all those kinds of things. But what about when you're actually on the call with a client? What do you do then? Well, I got a couple of things for that. The first is lighting. I use what's called a Lume Cube. Lume Cube. I love this little baby. All I have to do is press a button on the side for about 3 seconds and it lights up. And I can make it get much brighter, woo, or dimmer. I can also change the warmth of the light from very bright, very white light like outdoors, or very warm light like you would have indoors at night. Super flexible, super flexible. And I don't know about you, but I'm always having trouble with lights being reflecting on my glasses. Well, this baby comes with a little tripod that is super easy to adjust. So I can make it as high as I want to make it. Now, I've used other kinds of lights in the past. I use a window. I've used soft boxes, which are much bigger. But I needed something that could travel with me because I've been doing a lot of traveling and I could not fool with all of that. This has been a game changer. I love it. As for sound, what I use is this little baby, my Blue Yeti microphone, and I would plug that in right here to the CalDigit. I've actually had this for a while. I've been using it in my coaching calls for a long time. It has a really nice, rich sound, and it has 3 or 4 different setups you can use. So you can use it if you want the sound to be just picking up your voice, or if you want it to be bi-directional. So like if you had this on a table between you and someone else that you were interviewing, if you were maybe using this at a workshop or you wanted to record a talk, you can make it where it records the whole room. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. And it has a nice, rich sound, which I really like. I also added this little windscreen. Now, I used to have something that's called a pop filter, which is you will often see singers use these. It looks like a little saucer that's in front of the microphone that keeps out certain sounds like T's and P's and S's that don't sound good on a recording. But then I found this little windscreen, which is meant for this particular mic, And I think it looks kind of cute. It's so much more elegant. Looks like it's got a little hat, don't you think? So I'm really, really pleased with that. So this is the microphone I use most of the time. I will sometimes use my headset that came with my iPhones, especially if I'm traveling. But when I'm here at home, this is what I use. And then two more things. I don't know if you're familiar with this or not. This is called a Remarkable 2. This is a tablet that is really kind of catching on out there. And it writes like paper. It's a little bit different from just writing on your iPad or some kind of other tablet. When you write on it, it feels like paper. I am using this for almost everything. Because this will upload to my computer. I can turn handwriting into text. I can use this for brainstorming. I can use this for sketching out, for mind mapping, for sketching out ideas about things I want to do. And I can use it for taking client notes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending upon what kind of mood I'm in. It has a little magnetic pen that comes with it, which actually also has an eraser. It is very strong, this little pen, but I worry all the time about losing it. So I have a little leather clip that I clip on the outside to hold it in place. I love being able to set that up there. And then the last thing I'll share with you, a tried and true classic, y'all, and that is a white noise machine. And I mean a real one. I mean a substantial one. I don't mean a sweet little thing that's meant to play sounds of oceans as you're going to sleep at night. This is exactly the kind of machine I've always had in my physical counseling office, which had a lot of providers and a lot of traffic. And I have found that having this here at home has given me so much more peace of mind. I don't hear what's going on outside my office. I don't hear people walking around the house, and nobody hears me. I had to unplug it and bring it in here, but I usually have it plugged in right outside my office door in the hall. But the main thing I wanted you to see is that I now have this setup that is flexible, clean, easy to use. I cannot tell you how happy this has made me. It's just lovely, and it makes coming to work even more fun than it already was. So I hope this is helpful to you. I will have links to all this stuff down below, and I would love to hear from you. What's your next upgrade? What are you going to do to up your game and improve your service for your clients? Drop that in the comments below. And as I said earlier, please give this a thumbs up, like it, subscribe to it, and share it if you can. That would be great. And if you want to talk about this stuff and come share your favorite upgrades, join us in the Ideal Practice Cafe. That happens every Thursday at 1 o'clock. And we're going to be talking about this stuff this Thursday at 1 o'clock, if you see this the day it goes live. And that happens inside the Ideal Practice community. We'll have links to all that below as well. But I would love to have you just come and join me on a phone call and tell me what your favorite equipment is. Hashtag nerd alert. Hashtag oh so sexy. Thanks everybody for being a good sport. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed making it, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.